everyone. Welcome to the fourth episode of RiskRadar, where we discuss the topic our community has highly focused in the previous months. So, Boris, as you know, one of the topics that we come across very often is the risk management, obviously, but also its relevance with risk intelligence. And we have also been discussing this topic recently with one of our guests, Ryan Napoleon, as well, and it often comes out. So I say, let's delve into this topic this time for our episode and things that our audience should be paying attention to.
All right. Thank you, AJ, for introduction of this, our third RiskRadar episode. For the previous ones, you can, of course, have a look on our podcast and also on our site and the video section. So for this topic of this month, we have prepared a topic, risk intelligence versus risk management, because it's kind of a very popular question. Luckily, we had a speaker, Ryan Napoleone, last month from a company, Resolver, is our partner actually, and Ryan described and he spoke a lot about risk intelligence and why it's more important now than even standard risk management. So yeah, let's discuss this topic.
Yes, indeed. So before we start getting into it, so what exactly is risk intelligence and how exactly it differs from, the traditional risk management approaches?
Yeah. So risk intelligence is the capacity of an individual or organization to understand, assess, and effectively respond to risks in the proactive and strategic manner. It goes even beyond the traditional risk management approaches because it focuses on identifying and mitigating risks once they have already materialized. This is kind of a traditional approach. But while risk management is concerned with identifying potential threats and implementing controls to minimize their impact, risk intelligence mostly emphasizes understanding the full spectrum of risk, including opportunities, not only risks and uncertainties, and leveraging them to create value. So it involves gathering relevant data, analyzing it to identifying patterns and trends, and using this insight to take informed decision. So we can see that it is also kind of positive risk, not only opportunities what we go, because risk is in many in more minds because it's negative, but in risk intelligence they can actually identify opportunities.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. So I hear that you mentioned that it adds value to the organization, added value to organization to have a risk intelligence approach, but how does it exactly, enhance this? How does it enhance decision making and strategy formulation on the organizational level?
Yeah, I think the most important thing that risk intelligence approach empowers companies to make better decisions and develop more effective strategies by creating and providing a comprehensive view of the risk landscape. So when decision makers, for example, have access to data-driven risk insights, they can anticipate potential challenges, seize opportunities, and make informed choices to optimize business outcomes. So by integrating this risk intelligence into decision-making processes, they can identify risk on the early stages of, for example, if there is an opportunity emerge, they can see it in their dashboard and allocate resources more efficiently. It also facilitates informed risk-taking. So on the other hand of this, we have a risk of course, we have opportunity, but sometimes business involves risk claims. In most cases, it involves a risk taking. So it facilitates informed risk takings and allowing organizations to engage in ventures with calculated and higher chances of success. So it will ultimately lead into a advantage and added value for the organization.
So I heard you mention that, like getting insights from risk data is, I think, a key to risk intelligence, of course, being able to analyze this. But how can organizations actually like achieve that? Are there like maybe specific tools or techniques to, like facilitate this process?
Mhm. Yeah, I think, of course, there is some tools and different approaches, and some companies established specific platforms. So I think organizations can gain insights from risk data, but by collecting relevant information from various sources, such as internal data repositories, external databases, industry reports, and expert analysis. And advanced data analytics techniques such as machine learning and AI can help, of course, identify patterns and outliers in large databases and data sets. So risk intelligence platforms do exist, and tools are also available to facilitate the process. And these platforms provide comprehensive risk assessment, scenario modeling, real-time monitoring capabilities, and enabling organizations to stay updated on involving risks and opportunities. So, for example, the companies such as Resolver, MetricStream, SAS, they provide such platforms. Actually, some companies that partner with us, and we involve speakers from these companies in our podcasts.
Thank you for that as well. I also remember that in one of the previous questions I asked you, mentioned risk intelligence being a bit more proactive. So how does it, play a role in fostering a proactive risk approach as opposed to like a reactive one, if we could delve into it a bit further?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, risk intelligence shifts the organizations from a reactive to a proactive approach by emphasizing preparedness, early identification, and strategic planning. With risk intelligence, companies can, with these dashboards and different tools, they can continuously monitor the risk landscape and actively seek potential threats, remove potential threats, and also seek out opportunities. But instead of waiting for risks to materialize and then reacting to them, proactive risk management involves taking preventive actions and implementing strategies to avoid or mitigate risk before they even become a significant issue. So this approach enables the companies or organizations to adapt swiftly to changing circumstances or maintain a competitive edge. So in this dynamic risk in business environment.
Yes, indeed. Actually, like if you think about it, of course, the business environment is very dynamic. It's ever changing, especially in the last years with a lot of, geopolitical changes or, like the COVID and so on. We have seen so much changes rapidly happening as opposed to maybe 10 years ago. So with that, do you have any other advice for, like companies or organizations to be able to stay ahead of emerging risk by using risk intelligence? Like how can they have maybe a certain strategy to be able to effectively use risk intelligence?
Yeah, I think Ryan Napoleone from his in his podcast interview, he emphasizes this specifically. So I would like to maybe summarize, because staying ahead of emerging risk requires constant vigilance and agility, and it plays a lot of crucial role in the process by providing organization with necessary data and insights to identify potential risk early on. So it is important. So to adapt strategies, organizations should do several steps. For example, they have to continuously monitor regular monitor risk landscape, key risk indicators to detect and shift emerging risk properly. Also, scenario planning is very important too, because risk intelligence can create multiple scenarios and assess how emerging risk could impact the organizations, and they have to develop response plans for each scenarios. So also collaboration is very important. So people have to foster a culture of risk awareness, risk management, and collaboration across departments to encourage the sharing of risk-related information and insights. So it should be on not only on kind of ticking exercise, like but have to be provided on high on the management level. So of course, agile risk management is important because this framework can adapt to changing circumstances. And of course, people, organizations have to learn from past incidents, not just put it on the system and solve them. And they have to analyze past incidents and near misses and learn from them how to improve strategies. So in the total, as a summary, by embracing this risk intelligence thinking integrated into their processes, organizations can prepare and proactively address emerging risk and seize actually opportunities, achieve sustainable growth and success.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that as well. And with that, that's all of my questions. Do you have anything else you want to add regarding this topic or anything else?
No, I think if someone want to kind of enhance their position or knowledge about this, they can look at the previous episode with Ryan Napoleone, and also check our website. We have a lot of information, and also our courses on risk management at globalriskacademy.com. We have some also information about courses on risk intelligence.
With that, then, thank you so much, Boris, for sharing your own insights on this, as well as, summarizing some also from Ryan's recent interview as well. So I hope that our audience has enjoyed this episode and found it insightful, and well, see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eja, and thank you, and actually have a nice vacation. So for anyone who is an active member of our community, Eja will go for 2 weeks vacation next week. So maybe we'll have some less activity, but still website is available and everything will be fine.
Yes, and I will be with full energy and force when I come back. So yeah, no worries on, the lack of content as I'm gone.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.